Buddhism was first brought to Tibet in the 8th century AD by the Indian Guru Padmasambhava. It was later established by King Dzogchen Gampo, who was converted to the faith by his Chinese and Nepalese wives. The teachings of the Buddha, based on wisdom and compassion, became an integral part of the life of the Tibetan people. The ordinary people, not versed in scholastic interpretation, practiced their faith from the heart. Everyday household items were decorated with sacred symbols, prayer flags, strips of cloth printed with prayers, fluttered from tall poles overhung from trees and rooftops throughout the land. Prayer wheels, hollow containers mounted on spindles, were filled with sacred texts and decorated on the outside with prayers. They were turned by hand, driven by water from the rivers or streams, or rotated by warm air from lamps. Each revolution was an invocation and a reminder of the national religion. For the Tibetan people, faith is not a blind acceptance of a divine being outside of oneself, but rather a dynamic determination, an unshakable belief in the ability of all beings to attain enlightenment. Tibetans believe it is only our false view of reality that prevents us from being enlightened, as if there were a veil clouding our vision. Our perceptions are disturbed by ignorance, greed, hate, and delusion. Enlightenment, if it can be described at all, is like awakening from a dream. It is to see the universe as it is, to experience the harmony of life, to be free from our concepts, biases, and opinions. All the gods, deities, demons, and other beings in Tibetan iconography are aspects of the many-faceted personality of man. A diamond is a diamond, yet it has many facets. A man is a man, but with many sides to his personality. Just as a diamond reflects its surroundings, so man reflects enlightenment. Tibetans view all life as sacred, since all beings, gods, humans, animals, or insects, are considered as parts of the whole. The historical Buddha Gautama was born the son of a ruler in Kapilavastu, the city of the Shakya clan in the Kathmandu Valley, some 550 years before Christ. Disillusioned with worldly life, he left his home to become a wandering ascetic. He sought out great Indian gurus as teachers and practiced all their instructions, which ranged from atheism to methods of mind and body control that often involved extremes of indulgence or rigorous self-discipline. Still, Gautama was not satisfied. He sought to know the real nature of existence, the truth about birth, disease, old age, and death. Briefly, he gave up the ascetic life, took some food to restore the strength drained by his severe practices, sat down under a tree, and vowed not to move until he had discovered the truth. In the night of his enlightenment, many temptations invaded his mind, but he remained firm in his resolve and finally discovered the truth, the real nature of existence. At first, the Buddha, or the awakened one, only taught a few close followers, but later he was persuaded to make his teaching more widely known. He delivered his first sermon turning the wheel of Dharma at the Deer Park in Benares. In it he set forth the Four Noble Truths of suffering, its cause, its end, and the way to the end, which support the foundation of Buddhist belief. The two golden deer supporting a wheel which appear above the entrances of Tibetan temples are memorials of that first sermon. Although Tibetan Buddhism holds that all beings are capable of enlightenment, enlightenment is not the end of the path, for the ultimate goal is to lead all beings to that attainment. For this reason, the potential Buddha renounces enlightenment for himself and returns to the world to teach until all beings are liberated. This is known as the Bodhisattva ideal. A Bodhisattva is a wisdom being. Of the many Bodhisattvas who figure in Tibetan Buddhism, Chenrezig, the Lord of Compassion, is the most revered.